I seen a flame in the corner and I said to her, see, there's a fire in the train. I just stood there and I started shouting. I'm like, I'm not going to go out like this today. So however I can get out here, I'll live with the rest of it. And that was my only way out. It was jumping through that window.
Since 2014, Cape Town's Metrorail passengers have halved in number due to delays, overcrowding, deaths, and crime.
But now the system, it doesn't encourage you to pay. You don't want to pay for this. Why would you going to pay for a train that's going to make you 2 hours late? People are losing jobs, people are getting warnings, people are failing their exams because they're not able to ride, because the train will arrive here whenever.
This rubbish train is not working properly, it's poor.
However, suspicious and persistent train fires have brought Metrorail to its knees. Across the country in the past 3 years, 214 train carriages were burnt in suspected arson attacks. The hardest hit area, the Western Cape, lost 174 carriages in the last 3 years. That's 80% of the total amount of carriages lost across the country, and it's cost Prasa R500 million in estimated losses.
We now demand answers. We demand proper arrest. We demand people to appear in court.
Since 2015, many theories as to who could be behind the fires have emerged.
Might link to the upcoming elections.
It's definitely orchestrated.
That there is a kind of a third force at play.
I think the people that are working here, they must fight whatever the problem is, because the problem, I think, is inside.
Like, we believe there is someone that's working inside.
So we decided to look within Cape Town's rail system to see what's been happening behind the scenes at Metrorail. And what we found was an unhappy relationship between some Metrorail employees and management. Let's go back to October 2015. At this point in time, the rail service in the Western Cape had 90% of its trains. It was not perfect, but it was almost at full capacity. Halfway through October 2015, however, something radically changed. 2 trains were set alight as they rolled into Cape Town station, and so a spike in train fires started that would last for 3 years. In April 2016, 6 months after the first incident, Metrorail had an onslaught of train fires. At the same time, an unprotected strike by some Metrorail employees affiliated with Sitau had been underway. Prasa blamed the vandalism on the illegal strike.
This is thugs and just criminals, who's in the guise of employers underemploy, and it's in our interest to make sure if they found guilty that we get rid of them. We don't want them. We can't have a relationship with employees like that.
Prasa's allegations that the striking workers were behind the fires led to an internal investigation, and as a result, 130 workers were fired.
They used that opportunity since there was a strike, It was convenient for them to do that.
Despite these dismissals, trains continued to burn at an alarming rate. One year later, the workers who were fired by Prasa were suddenly reinstated without explanation.
Generally within Prasa, there's always been a view that train fires were associated with disaffected individual employees.
But these reinstated workers strongly deny setting fire to trains or vandalizing infrastructure for the past 3 years.
If we have a proof, a tangible evidence that these are the Sitau members who are burning the trains, we are more than happy to have that report, and we'll be the one who assisting you. How on earth we have cameras, we have everything, we have capable managers, you can't even apprehend even a one culprit.
Meanwhile, Prasa has backtracked on who they suspect is behind the fires.
There's never been a causal nexus established, between the burning of trains and the fact that there were staff that were dissatisfied in one form or the other. That's what led to the reinstatement of these employees.
The fires continued until October 2018, when Minister of Transport Blade Nzimande directed the issue of train burnings be escalated to the highest appropriate authorities in order to establish the motive for the burnings. After 3 years of incessant fires, only 2 arrests have been made with no convictions. So what exactly are those in charge doing?
Prasa has been an unstable organization for quite some time, so I can only ascribe the lack of traction on these matters as really linked with the instabilities that are there in the organization.
Prasa is committed to investing 9 billion rand to secure infrastructure, and in a joint venture between Prasa, the Western Cape, and the City of Cape Town, 100 rail enforcement officers have been deployed to stabilize the service. But while the internal unhappiness continues within Prasa and train fires seem to rage on, commuters are the ones that are left stranded.
No, I'm not taking the train at all. No, we ain't taking the train. I think I've given enough of my years to Metro Rail and my money. If we're looking long term, maybe when my grandkids are needing to go to varsity or work or whatever, it would be a decent service to take. We work as hard as everyone else does, so help us get to our job safely and on time.